Welcome to the exciting world of Python programming. Python is a versatile and powerful language that is widely used in various fields, from web development to data science. Whether you're a beginner or an experienced programmer, Python offers something for everyone. In this journey, we'll unlock the power of variables and data types, two fundamental concepts that form the backbone of programming. Understanding these concepts is crucial for writing efficient and effective code. Variables and data types are the building blocks of any program. They allow us to store, manipulate, and retrieve data, making our programs dynamic and interactive. Just like ingredients are essential for a delicious recipe, variables and data types are crucial for creating amazing software. Imagine trying to cook without knowing what ingredients you have or how to use them. It would be chaotic, right? Variables act as containers for storing information, while data types define the kind of information we store. This distinction helps us organize and manage our data effectively. Think of variables as labeled boxes, where you can put things, and data types as labels that tell you what's inside each box. This analogy makes it easier to understand how data is stored and accessed in a program. Throughout this essay, we'll explore how to store and manipulate data using variables and delve into the four main data types in Python: integers, floats, strings, and booleans. Each data type serves a unique purpose and is used in different scenarios. Strings are used for text, integers for whole numbers, floats for decimal numbers, and booleans for true, false values. Understanding these data types will help you write more precise and efficient code. Get ready to learn, experiment, and have fun with Python. By the end of this journey, you'll have a solid understanding of variables and data types, and you'll be well on your way to becoming a proficient Python programmer. Imagine trying to remember hundreds of phone numbers without writing them down. Sounds impossible, right? That's where variables come to the rescue in programming. Variables act as memory slots within a computer program. They allow us to store pieces of information and give them meaningful names so we can easily access and manipulate them later. Without variables, our programs would be limited to performing calculations with fixed values. Think of building a website that displays personalized greetings. Variables allow us to store each user's username and retrieve it later to display a custom message like, "Welcome, username." From storing user preferences in an app to tracking scores in a game, variables are everywhere in the software we use daily. In Python, creating a variable is as easy as choosing a name and assigning it a value using the equal sign. Let's see an example: name equals Alice and age equals 25. In this code snippet we create two variables, and the variable stores the string value Alice, while the variable stores the integer value 25. We can then use these variables in our code to perform operations or display information. For example, print "Hello Alice" and print "You are 25 years old." This code will output, "Hello Alice, you are 25 years old." As you can see, variables make our code more readable and allow us to work with data dynamically. Python provides several built-in data types to represent different kinds of information. These data types are fundamental to programming in Python and allow us to store, manipulate, and interact with data in various ways. Let's explore four essential ones: integers, floats, strings, and booleans. Each of these data types serves a unique purpose and is used in different scenarios. First, integers represent whole numbers, both positive and negative. They are used when we need to work with counts, indices, or any scenario where fractional values are not required. For example, 10, -5, and 0 are all integers. These values are straightforward and easy to use in calculations and loops. You might use it like this: quantity equals 10, representing the number of items. This is particularly useful in scenarios like inventory management or counting occurrences. Second, floats represent numbers with decimal points, allowing us to work with fractions and more precise values. They are essential in scientific calculations, financial applications, and anywhere precision is key. For example, 3.14, -2.5, and 0.0 are all floats. These values enable us to perform more complex mathematical operations. You might use it like this: price equals 19.99, representing the price of an item. This is common in e-commerce applications where prices need to be accurate to the cent. Third, strings represent text data. They are used to store and manipulate textual information such as names, messages, and any other data that can be represented as text. we enclose strings in single or double quotes. This allows us to differentiate text from other types of data in our code. For example, Hello Python and data science are all strings. These can be used for displaying messages, storing user input, or any other text-based data. You might use it like this. Message equals welcome to Python, representing a welcome message. Strings are versatile and can be manipulated in many ways, such as concatenation and slicing. Finally, booleans represent truth values. They are used in conditional statements and logic operations to control the flow of our programs. They can be either true or false, which are useful for making decisions in our code. Booleans are fundamental in scenarios where we need to check conditions or validate data. You might use it like this, is_active equals true, representing the user account status. This can be used to enable or disable features based on certain conditions. Understanding data types is crucial because they determine how we can interact with and manipulate data in our programs. By mastering these basic data types, you can write more efficient and effective Python code. Section 5. Variables in Action Interactive Programs. Let's put our knowledge of variables and data types to work by creating a simple interactive program. This will help us understand how user input can be processed and utilized within a program to produce dynamic and personalized outputs. This program will ask the user for their name and age, then display a personalized greeting. By doing this, we can see how variables store and manipulate data based on user input. Python code name equals input, open parenthesis, quote, what is your name, quote, close parenthesis. This line of code prompts the user to enter their name, which is then stored in the variable called name. Age equals int, open parenthesis, input, open parenthesis, quote, how old are you, quote, close parenthesis, close parenthesis. Here we ask the user for their age and convert the input into an integer using the int function. Print, open parenthesis, quote, hello, comma, name plus quote, close parenthesis. This line of code constructs a greeting message by concatenating the string hello with the user's name and an exclamation mark. Print, open parenthesis, quote, you will be age plus 1, quote, next year, quote, close parenthesis. This line calculates the user's age next year by adding 1 to the current age and converts it to a string for display. In this program, we use the input function to prompt the user for input. This is a fundamental way to make programs interactive and user-friendly. The input function allows us to capture data from the user, which can then be processed and used within the program. We store their name as a string in the name variable and their age as an integer in the age variable. This distinction is important because it determines how we can manipulate these values later in the program. Note the use of the int function to convert the input to an integer. This ensures that we can perform arithmetic operations on the age value. Finally, we use the print function to display a greeting incorporating the stored values. This function is essential for providing feedback to the user and making the program's output visible. The print function can combine strings and variables to create dynamic messages that change based on user input. This example demonstrates how variables enable us to create dynamic programs that respond to user input. By understanding and utilizing variables, we can make our programs more interactive and engaging for users. Interactive programs like this one are the foundation of many applications we use daily, from simple scripts to complex software systems. Section 6. Practical Challenge. Building a simple calculator. Now it's your turn to apply what you've learned. Try building a simple calculator that takes two numbers as input from the user and performs a chosen arithmetic operation: addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division. Here's a head start. Python. num1 equals sign float, input, enter the first number. num2 equals sign float, input, enter the second number. Operation, equals sign input, choose an operation, plus, asterisk. Remember to consider the data types involved and use the appropriate operators for each arithmetic operation. Section 7. Knowledge. Check quiz time. Test your understanding of variables and data types with this quick quiz. 1. What is a variable and why is it important in programming? 2. What are the four main data types in Python and what kind of information do they represent? 3. What will be the output of the following code? Python x equals sign 10y equals sign 5 print x, y, and 4. Write a Python program that asks the user for their favorite color and stores it in a variable. Then print a message that says, your favorite color is color. Section 8. Key takeaways, what we've learned. In this essay, we've embarked on a journey into the world of Python programming, focusing on variables and data types. We've learned that variables are essential for storing and managing information in our programs. Data types define the kind of data we can store in variables, such as integers, floats, strings, and booleans. We can use variables and data types to create interactive programs that respond to user input. By mastering these fundamental concepts, we've laid a strong foundation for further exploration and more complex programming endeavors. Section 9. Conclusion and next steps. Congratulations on taking your first steps with Python variables and data types. Remember, the key to becoming a proficient programmer is consistent practice and a thirst for knowledge. Don't stop here. Continue exploring Python's vast capabilities by experimenting with different data types, operators, and control flow statements. Build small projects, challenge yourself, and never hesitate to seek help from the vibrant Python community. What exciting applications will you build with your newfound Python skills?